morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the passing through ceremony, where the 133rd Corps of Cadets welcomes this year's new boys to full cadet status as a member of the Corps. Your sons have spent the past 9 weeks learning the basics of being a cadet at the Missouri Military Academy. They have studied their cadet handbooks and passed a rigorous comprehensive written exam. They have learned the basics of military drill and ceremony and learned the structure of bearing, how to keep their rooms ready, and the basics of contributing to a team effort through our company competition. While they still have much to learn, they have met the requirements and earned the right to wear the Gold Star, indicating membership in a JROTC Honor Unit of Distinction, as determined by the Cadet Command of the U.S. Army. Over the years, many military schools have used a passing through ceremony, similar to this one today, to designate a person's passing from recruit to cadet status. As our recruits pass through the front gate and march forward, they are welcomed as full cadets of the Corps by the battalion commander and the administration of the school.
Adjutant, take your post. Report!
Sir, have a good report. All present and accounted for.
Hey, Charlie, copy your report. All present and accounted for. Sir, Bravo Company report. All present and accounted for.
Sir, Captain of your report. All present and accounted for.
Sir, 133rd Corps Cadets is all present.
Take your post. Stop, attention. Stop, Leo. Hey. Come right, march. Come right, march. Stop, move. Stop, right, hey. Stop, parade, hey. Sir, the Corps is formed and all new recruits are ready to be welcomed into the Corps.
Very well, sir. Have the new recruits brought forward to be welcomed into the Corps.
Sergeant Major, bring forward the new recruits.
Yes, sir!
Lieutenant Commander put the new cadets in parade rest.
New recruits, parade! Huh.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Brigadier General Richard Geraci, our faculty and our staff, and these magnificent young men and cadets that are standing out here before you today, old and new, I want to welcome you to our beautiful campus. My name is Colonel Grabowski. I'm the Commandant here. I've been the Commandant for about 6 years now. This is my 12th passing through ceremony. We do 2 a year. We do one at the beginning of the year, like this one here, and then we do one at mid-year with the boys that come around January, and that goes sometime in March. This event is a tradition here at the Academy unlike any other. A lot of schools, private schools, military boarding schools have a similar version of this, but it's mostly based off of a couple weeks, and then you go from being an old boy or a recruit to being a new boy. Our program is based on 8 to 9 weeks, depending on the calendar year. This year, due to weather, it took us 9 weeks to get the boys to this point. And there is a plethora of things that we do in those weeks. As you can imagine, coming here as a new young man, totally out of the realm, never being away from home, now he's got to get into this mode of being military, where we rehearse or practice drill, uniforms, customs and courtesies, and then on top of that, academics, athletics, events on the weekends that we have to do, soybean parades, walk back in time parades, alumni weekends. There is a lot that we do in 9 weeks. In fact, we like to say metaphorically, we've stuffed 10 pounds in a 5-pound rucksack. And these young men before you today have to start running. Even though we consider this phase of their training the crawl phase, they really start off running. And what makes it difficult is that for that first 9 weeks, the structure that we have here at the school, waking up at 6 in the morning, getting dressed, or going out to PT at 6:15, coming back to the barracks, getting cleaned up, having formation, observing the colors go up and rendering honors, going to breakfast, going to class, lunch, class, then another formation for athletics. You're either in varsity athletics or in the Commandant's PT. And then after athletics, we're getting cleaned up. We have another formation to render honors. We call it retreat, when we bring down the colors. And then it's dinner, study hall, an hour of free time to get ready for the next day, send emails back and forth. And then it's lights out at 10 o'clock, and that's every day. And on top of that, we're teaching the new boys the customs and courtesies. We're teaching them about how to wear their uniform. We're giving them a crash course in this document called the Cadet Handbook. They have to get through this entire handbook, and then they're tested on it with a written exam, a comprehensive written exam, at the 6th or 7th week, followed by the capstone event, the Crucible. And our Crucible is not easy. It's not meant to be easy. It's meant to get the boys out of their comfort zone so they can learn that they can accomplish anything when they set their mind to it. Crucible starts at 4 in the morning. It actually kicks off at 5 after they get fully woken, and we give them a little bit of something to eat. They go out and they do an initial strength test, which is 1-mile runs, max setups and push-ups in 2 minutes. And then we bust them out into the country to an unknown location, and then they have to do a 5 to 6 mile hike together, carrying 2 30-pound ammo cans and a stretcher. They end up at the back campus, and then they negotiate a 2-mile obstacle course. We got a 3-mile running course back there with obstacles, but we don't make them do 2 miles. They have to do that as a team. Then they get to assigned paintball challenge. They do a half-mile run, rope run, followed by a modified Marine Corps combat fitness test. And then they have to carry a rubber raft, fairly large one as a group, around the campus, which is about 1 mile. And then they have to put that raft in the Pool, take all their dry clothes off, put it in the raft, take one cadet, put him in the raft, and then they swim back and forth in the Olympic pool twice to simulate a river crossing. They've got life vests, we got lifeguards. And then they get out and they take the raft down to the field house, and that's the end of the crucible. And at that point, they attain full cadet status. And today, this tradition is to celebrate that and to honor that. About 3 years ago, the president changed the tradition a little bit. It used to be faculty and staff gave the boys their coveted hat brass. This is the symbol that makes them a full cadet, and they work hard for it. We used to give it to them, but the general said, no, this is a milestone in their lives, and there's no one better to give them that emblem than their parent, their guardian, their grandparents, who's ever responsible, because you are the center of influence for that young man. And the last 9 weeks has not been easy. I'm immensely proud of them, but not as proud as you are because of your love and attachment to them as being your most precious asset. So it makes fitting sense to have you come out and do that. And in a few moments, I'm going to ask you to come up here and get one device, find your cadet, and pin it on it. Moms, this is mom moments. There's nothing wrong with tears. And Dad, if I were you, and this was my son, I'd be crying. I'm about ready to start myself because I'm very proud of what they've done. Now, if you'll just excuse me a moment, I'm going to get off my soapbox here real quick, and I want to address the cadets. You boys of the 133rd Corps, you new recruits, or new cadets, today is a milestone for you because you have done a lot over the last 9 weeks. You've done more in this time than your peers back home will do in an entire year. That's bragging rights for you. And when you go back for Thanksgiving, you better let them know it. Because it's not easy. And every one of you did remarkably well. As I said earlier, this is my 12th passing through. It's also my 12th crucible. Every crucible prior to this one, there were cadets who did not make it through the crucible. This is the first crucible that, excuse me, every one of you made it from start to finish. And there were a lot of you out there that were inspiring. The crucible isn't about who can run it the fastest. It's about the group that can start together and finish together. Every one of you got different levels of physical fitness. The guys that are struggling at the bottom that are still getting up to speed, it also takes the ones that are up there at the top that are in good shape to motivate and inspire those to stay together. And every one of you did that. I saw great inspiration out there. Fred Howard was worried that he wasn't going to be able to finish. He was going to let his peers down. Got the heart of the lion and started and finished and did not even fall behind. Young Sparks was out there setting the way. During our crucible, ladies and gentlemen, we have an event where the boys have to carry a cadet on a stretcher for 3 miles. And it symbolizes, it sears into their ethos, their mind, that we don't leave anyone behind. Whether it's a fellow cadet, a family member, a neighbor, a friend, or a stranger. We do whatever we have to do to take care of them. And typically we take the lightest cadet, put him on the stretcher. Young Sparks was a very light cadet, about a half mile down the road. He put his backpack behind him, kind of like he was sitting there watching TV, pulled out his little makeshift lunch that we give him, and he was eating sandwiches all the way. I was very surprised at the boys who kept their patience over that. But there are a lot of stories here of young men who inspired others. And every one of you did a fantastic job, and my hat is off to you. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to now invite all of you to come up, get a hat brass item, and go find your cadet and pin it on it. Thank you very much.
Stop, no. Hey. All right. Hurry. All right. Hurry. All right, time. Hurry.